I came to the valley with $200,000 in cashier's checks and cash, ready to buy up some honey. But right when we were about to load the trucks, all the beekeepers collectively jacked up their prices. They went back on every single deal we'd already settled, and they even threatened that they'd rather let the honey rot in the barrels than sell it to me.
Mr. Smith, the going rate right now is $8 a pound. But the buying price you're offering is only $3 a pound. You're freaking robbing us blind.
I just stood there with a totally blank look on my face, staring at this young man I'd never seen before. Mayor Miller rushed in to explain the situation right away.
Mr. Smith, this is Aunt Martha's son-in-law, Jason. He's studying for his MBA at the State University and really knows how business works. From now on, he'll be the one talking to you on behalf of the entire Farmers Mutual Aid Association.
Watching all those familiar beekeepers hiding behind Jason with their eyes darting around, I realized there was more to this than meets the eye. The business contracts were already signed and the prices were locked in. What is there left to talk about? But even so, I kept a smile on my face.
Time is tight, so let's have the workers get the goods loaded onto the trucks first. Once the loading is done, we can head over to the restaurant in town, sit down, and take our time talking everything through.
Hold on just a second.
Then, I saw Aunt Martha burst out from the crowd, spreading her arms wide to block the honey barrels.
I dare anyone to try and touch my honey.
Mrs. Martha, what exactly do you mean by this? We signed a business contract, and it's all there in black and white with full legal force. We're supposed to deliver the goods today and settle the payment on the spot. Are you really trying to back out of this deal all by yourself?
Jason, standing right there, suddenly let out a snicker.
Don't you go trying to scare these honest farmers with that piece of scrap paper. In a free market economy, everything has to work according to the laws of supply and demand.
Then he turned around to face all the beekeepers.
Come on, everyone, speak up. What's the going price for honey across the US these days?
It is selling for over $8 on Amazon, and in those organic supermarkets, it is even going for $10.
I saw one of the beekeepers pull out an iPhone, showing off a screenshot of the online prices. Jason turned to look at me with a playful, mocking smirk on his face.
Did you hear that, Mr. Smith? The price you're offering is starting to make you look a little too much like a blood-sucking capitalist, don't you think?
Despite being absolutely fuming, I kept my cool and explained to him patiently.
Mr. Jason, you can't just crunch the numbers like that. First, those are end retail prices, not bulk acquisition prices. Second, doing business is all about the sanctity of contracts. A month ago, when no one was buying honey, I was the one who offered you a guaranteed floor price. Why didn't anyone want to talk about the free market back then? What's more, just so the honey from your valley could be transported more efficiently by heavy-duty trucks to the highway.
I then pointed to the road beneath our feet.
I'm the one who dropped $50,000 to pave this mountain road with asphalt, and those modern beehives were a gift from me. If we're going by free market rules, shouldn't these investments be factored into my costs as well?
That was your choice. Whoever begged you to pave that road, you chose to invest on your own. So that's just your sunk cost. What does that have to do with the price of our honey?
I stared at Aunt Martha in pure disbelief. Only a month ago, she was just a simple farm woman who could barely say anything more than "God bless you, kind soul." Now, she's suddenly tossing around business school jargon like sunk cost. Then, I shifted my gaze to Jason, my eyes turning cold.
You're the one who taught her the term sunk cost, weren't you?
I'm just helping the folks here pick up some basic economic literacy, so they don't get swindled by some Wall Street suit and end up counting the cash for their own mugger. And Mr. Smith, don't go using that road as an excuse once that road was paved. Didn't it make things a whole lot easier for your big trucks to get in and out? Let us be real, you did that to serve your own interests. Enough talk. If the price stays at $3, you're not taking a single pound with you. You want to load those trucks, then you pay the current market rate.
So, what's your number? How much are you looking for?
Considering you did pave that road, we're not going to ask for $8.
Jason held up 5 fingers, waving them right in my face.
$5 a pound, not a single penny less.
$5. The current USD grade honey average acquisition price is only between $3.50 and $3.80. And you're opening your mouths to ask for $5. This is straight up extortion.
Say whatever you want, at the end of the day, the honey is sitting in our warehouse. If you send those 15 heavy-duty semi-trucks back to Seattle empty, you're looking at a loss of tens of thousands in logistics costs alone, not to mention the liquidated damages you owe your distributors. Oh, and one more thing, this contract itself is legally contestable on the grounds of unconscionability. If we actually hire lawyers and take this to court, we might not lose after all.
He leaned in close, lowering his voice.
Come on, Smith, you take this honey back, slap a certified organic label on it, and you're easily moving it at Whole Foods for $12 a pop. Is it really too much to ask for a tiny slice of that profit margin?
Don't get too greedy, Smith. People who bite off more than they can chew tend to choke.
I looked at Jason's face, which was practically a map of Wall Street calculation, and then shifted my gaze to Miller.
Mayor Miller, are you of the same mind?
Mr. Smith, look, times are tough for everyone, and with inflation the way it is, market prices really have gone up. Why not just look at this as a bit of community charity? $5. For a company like yours, it's really just a matter of taking a slightly smaller slice of the profit, isn't it?
Taking a smaller slice. I actually came prepared with a price of $3.80. That was my company's way of showing compassion for last month's freak frost. It was my gesture of good faith. But now, looking at this bunch of redneck ingrates who mistake my kindness for weakness and treat my business investments as a given, I realized my sincerity was nothing but a feast with the coyotes.
The more I thought about it, the more my blood boiled, but I managed to rein it in. I'm a businessman. I don't just balance the financial books, I balance the emotional ones too. If I burn this bridge right now, losing access to this batch of premium honey would be a genuine shame. I took a deep breath, reaching into my suit pocket, and pulled out the contract.
$5 is absolutely out of the question. However, considering that the extreme weather has hit everyone hard and tensions are running high, I'm willing to meet you halfway.
Jason's eyes lit up, clearly under the impression that I'd been rattled by their legal threats.
I'm not an unreasonable businessman. $3.80, that is my final and absolute best offer. Consider this extra 80 cents a gesture from Smith to maintain our long-term supply chain and, as they say, make a friend. We start loading the trucks now, and I'll cut you a check on the spot.
In the agricultural market at the time, that was an absolute ceiling price. I thought I had given them a more than generous way out. Anyone with a shred of business sense would have taken the deal and run. But I underestimated the sheer depth of human greed.
$3.80. What are you doing? Tossing spare change to a hobo. Jason already told us this honey is worth $8. Giving us $3.80, you've got a heart of stone, Smith.
Mr. Smith, you're treating us like a bunch of clueless hillbillies. $5, not a single penny less.
If you're not serious, then hit the road. Get off our private property. We'll just keep this honey unlisted on Etsy ourselves. When we're moving it for $10 a jar. Don't you dare come back here turning green with envy.
That's right, we'll sell it ourselves. Let's suck in capitalists. Get the hell out of our valley.
The farmers' agitation had reached a fever pitch. A few of them even started shoving my truck drivers, their faces contorted with a primal, ugly greed. As I watched this mob of distorted features unroll hostility, the cashier's check resting in my briefcase suddenly felt like a cruel joke. This mountain road used to be a death trap. Back then, the honey was rotting on the shelf year after year, barely fetching $1.50 a pound at best. When I stepped in, I didn't just bring my checkbook, I used my company's capital to subsidize their roads. I offered them a premium of $3 a pound, and I gave them my word. Whether it was grade A or subpar, I would underwrite the entire harvest at that flat rate. I was their safety net, to make sure that long-distance transport and freshness wouldn't be an issue. I went as far as ordering a batch of FDA-compliant, food-grade polyethylene drums. I even commissioned a tech firm to custom build hundreds of modernized smart hives equipped with temperature control and real-time monitoring and had them shipped to the town in advance as a gift to the community. It was a perfect storm. North America was hit by a rare polar vortex, a devastating spring frost that wiped out honey production bases across the north. Even the major honey-producing states in the south saw their yields slashed in half due to relentless, non-stop rain. But because of this valley's unique geography tucked away in a microclimate pocket of the Rockies, the surrounding peaks acted as a natural fortress against the cold. The nectar-producing flora didn't just survive the frost. They thrived. With less rain, the nectar was more concentrated than ever. Meanwhile, the bulk market price across the US had already surged to $3.50 a pound. So, I made the call to raise the price. I instructed my CFO to prepare both checks and cash, calculated at $3.80 a pound.
Mr. Smith, the contract says $3 flat. If we hike the price now, we're looking at a hit of several $100,000 to our bottom line profit on this quarter's financial report.
Take the long view. This is about building supply chain credibility. I want these farmers to know that as long as they stick with Smith, they'll never get the short end of the stick.
I had thought that sanctity of contract and commercial sincerity would pave the way for a long-term win-win. It seems, in the end, I was far too naive.
Fine, then sell it yourselves.
I nodded slowly, folding the contract with deliberate precision before tucking it back into my suit pocket. I turned to face my line of truck drivers. The anger had vanished from my face, replaced by a bone-chilling calm that seemed to steal the very air around us.
Everyone, back in the trucks. Turn them around, we're heading back to Seattle.
Chuck, the fleet supervisor, froze for a split second, his grip tightening as the walkie-talkie nearly slipped from his hand.
Mr. Smith, are we seriously leaving? We've got 15 heavy-duty semis out here. We've already burned a fortune in diesel just getting here. Why don't we try talking to these hillbills one last time? Offer them for bucks. This honey really is top-shelf stuff. We could turn it into pure cash the second it hits the processing plant.
Forget it, Chuck. Listen to me. In business, if you lose money, you can always earn it back. But if you let someone hold a gun to your head and shake you down while you keep a fake smile on your face, you'll never stand tall in this industry again. Execute the order, everyone in their trucks. We're heading home.
To find out what happens next, please subscribe. I'll be updating soon.